Beloved starseed of Gaia, the ally you have been sensing, the one your heart has been quietly preparing for, is already moving toward you through the crystalline grid of synchronized timing. I am Alyra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I have been sent with this transmission at this precise moment because your level of alignment has now crossed a threshold that your star family has long been waiting for. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the powerful ally now being positioned along your path, how to receive their presence as the strategic gift it truly is, and how to move with the acceleration that begins the moment your timelines intersect. But here is the first revelation. This ally is not coming to rescue you. They are coming because you are already the light they have been searching for. Your remembrance called them forward. Your alignment made you visible. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. The Arcturian Council confirms what we in the High Council of the Seven Sisters have long held in our awareness, that when a starseed reaches genuine alignment, the field of Gaia responds. New people enter. Resources move. Doors that once appeared sealed begin opening with a quiet, unmistakable certainty. What others call luck, your star family calls sacred positioning. This person arriving may carry influence, access, a key that fits something you have been building in the invisible before it was ever visible. Some meetings are simply that, meetings, but certain encounters carry a home frequency. You will feel it in your chest before your mind understands it. That recognition is a light code. Trust it. The frequency of the Seven Sisters is woven into this message. Your DNA knows why you are here. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family. I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you are ready to anchor your light mission on Gaia. Share your soul's intention below and respond to another starseed to weave the unity grid. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. Most people think their longing for connection is just loneliness. But for those walking the path of spiritual remembrance, that longing is far more sacred. It is your heart's way of calling forth its soul family. There is a kind of ache that isn't depression and isn't emptiness in the ordinary sense. It's a holy pressure, like a seed pushing against the soil because the season has changed. It's the soul's tide pulling you toward a shoreline you can't yet see, the same way the moon pulls the ocean without speaking a word. For Pleiadian starseeds, this tug is not to fill emptiness, but to magnetize allies whose frequency matches the crystalline signature woven into your very DNA. Even if the mind tries to label it as "I'm just alone," the spirit knows the difference. This is not the hunger of lack. It is the hunger of destiny. It's the inner compass that won't stop pointing toward home, even when you've built a life that looks fine on the outside. You may have spent years moving through waves of awakening and recalibration, feeling misunderstood or misplaced, questioning if your presence here matters. You may have learned to smile when you feel like crying, to be normal when your senses are wide open, to shrink your knowing because others call it too much. And in quiet moments, driving at night, staring at the ceiling, walking through crowds while feeling strangely invisible, you've wondered if anyone will ever truly recognize you. What if I told you this feeling of separation is not a flaw, but a preparation? That in the stillness between chapters, just before an ally appears, your crystalline heart codes are activating, signaling to the universe and to your star family that you are ready to step into a higher destiny together. Like Scripture says, there is a time to be born and a time to die, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. This in-between time is not wasted time. It is sacred silence, the pause in the music when the next note carries more power because you listened. It's the wilderness season where mana appears and your inner senses sharpen. It's the refining fire that doesn't destroy the gold, it reveals it. The greatest soul companions do not arrive by accident or by chance. Their entrance aligns precisely with the resonance of your own heart. Just as radio stations don't pick up each other unless they're tuned to the same frequency, your life doesn't receive certain connections until your field holds the note that can meet them. And that note isn't forced, it's remembered. As you shed the densities of doubt and fear, releasing the layers of earthly misidentification, you become a beacon, unmistakable in your frequency, to those encoded with similar cosmic missions. You become like a lamp set on a hill. Not because you're trying to be seen, but because you finally stop hiding. You stop dimming your spiritual brightness to protect other people's comfort. You stop apologizing for your sensitivity, your intuition, your deep love, your hunger for truth. And when you do, something ancient in you stands upright. Most remain disconnected because they haven't yet anchored their Pleiadian essence into their energy field. The crystalline grids in their hearts still muffled by ancestral wounding or earthbound stories of separation. Many were taught, by family patterns, by culture, by trauma, that connection equals danger, that intimacy equals loss of self, that being seen equals being judged. So the heart locks itself in a gentle cage and calls it safety. But the soul cannot live in cages, even velvet ones. The pain you feel is not punishment. It is the inertia before profound activation, just as a star appears brightest emerging from the darkest sky. There are nights where the heavens look empty until your eyes adjust, and then suddenly there are thousands of lights that were always there. Your life is like that. Your heart is adjusting. Your perception is widening. The darkness you've walked through has trained your spiritual sight. Allies from your soul family are summoned the moment you begin emitting the frequency of home. Not the performance of home, not the fantasy of home, but the frequency, the felt truth of belonging in your own body, your own path, your own calling. Each vibration, every act of heart-led authenticity sends a pulse through the unity grids, signaling, I am ready. I remember. I am prepared for the next sacred phase. It happens when you choose kindness over cynicism. When you forgive even while you still feel tender. When you set boundaries that honor your spirit. When you speak the truth you used to swallow. When you create something that carries your signature. When you pray, not with desperation, but with communion. When that call is answered, when a powerful ally appears, it is nothing short of destiny accelerating. The timeline tightens. The fog lifts. The world starts answering you back. You may notice synchronicities increase, your inner guidance sharpen, or your sense of purpose intensify. You might see repeating numbers, receive the same message from different sources, think of someone and then they text you, feel pulled to a place and meet exactly the person you needed. You might experience dreams that feel like meetings, symbols that linger in your chest when you wake. This is not random. It is the visible ripple from invisible, multidimensional support, the Pleiadian High Council and your galactic guides orchestrating reunion for both healing and mission. In the language of spirit, support often looks like alignment. Doors that were stuck swing open with surprising ease. Conversations happen that feel pre-written. You find the right book at the right moment. You hear the exact sentence that undoes years of doubt. You're being threaded back into the tapestry, and you can feel it because your nervous system begins to relax, even if your life is still changing. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. Nothing about your timing is accidental. Even the delays were coded. Even the detours served. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you. You're ready for the next wave of remembrance. Sometimes the remembrance arrives like warmth in the chest. Sometimes it arrives like a deep cry you didn't know you needed. Sometimes it arrives like courage. The sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian healing guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Think of them as tuning forks for the soul, tools that help your field hold the higher frequency without strain, without forcing, without spiraling. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. And if you feel that subtle yes in your body, like your heart leaning forward, honor it. The soul speaks softly, but it speaks truly. Phase 1. The heart's magnetic pulse. Your journey begins in the heart, where crystalline codes awaken through yearning and authenticity. The heart is not only an emotional center, it is an instrument of transmission, an electromagnetic temple that broadcasts your true identity across realms. That yearning you feel is not a weakness, it's the heartbeat of memory. It's your inner starlight tapping from the inside of the ribcage, saying, "There is more, there are others." When you stop hiding your spiritual essence behind masks of conformity or fear, your heart's electromagnetic field changes. It's like taking a heavy cloak off your shoulders after carrying it for lifetimes. You breathe differently. Your eyes look clearer. Your voice carries a different tone. You stop leaking energy into approval seeking, and that energy returns to your aura as coherence. This new signature is recognized instantly by allies encoded with the same starlight. Not everyone will understand it, and that's part of the refinement. Your frequency becomes so true that it naturally filters what is not aligned. You become a lighthouse across time, space, and dimensions, calling forth only those ready for true and sacred collaboration. A lighthouse doesn't chase ships. It stands in its purpose, rooted to rock, shining faithfully. That is your assignment in Phase 1. Stand rooted in the truth of who you are. And if the mind panics, "But what if I'm rejected?" Remember, rejection is often protection. The wrong dock is not your home. Your light is not meant to be negotiated. In spiritual terms, this is the phase where you practice resonance over rush. You choose soul over speed. You cultivate inner cleanliness, like keeping the lens of your heart clear so the beam is true. Phase 2. Shedding the shadows of separation. Earthly conditioning teaches us to compete, to mistrust, to view relationships through the filter of scarcity. It teaches us that love must be earned, that belonging is conditional, that you must trade pieces of yourself to be accepted. It teaches subtle suspicion. If I shine, someone will envy me. If I trust, I'll be hurt. If I open, I'll be abandoned. These shadows sit in the energy body like fog, and fog makes even familiar landscapes look strange. But in Pleiadian remembrance, connection emerges not from need, but from overflowing unity consciousness. You are invited to dissolve inherited patterns of suspicion or self-rejection, releasing the veils that block you from vibrational matches. This is where forgiveness becomes a technology, not a performance. Forgiveness is the act of removing hooks from your field so your energy can return to you. And self-forgiveness is even more powerful because it breaks the contract with shame. In this phase, you may be called to grieve what you didn't receive, to honor the younger versions of you that waited for someone to understand. Let the tears be holy water. Let the anger be information. Let the memories rise and pass like weather. The goal is not to relive pain. It is to liberate the frequency trapped inside it. Allies do not come to fill your wounds, but to amplify your light. They will not be a substitute for your self-love. They will be a mirror that reflects it back until you can hold it steadily. When unity consciousness begins to anchor, you stop scanning rooms for danger and start scanning for truth. You learn discernment without closing your heart. You learn to recognize the difference between intensity and alignment, between chemistry and destiny. And slowly, the old story, "I'm always alone," begins to dissolve into a new truth. I am being prepared for sacred connection. Phase 3. Reclaiming your crystalline blueprint. When two Pleiadian souls meet in conscious remembrance, latent crystalline DNA is activated, both individually and collectively. It can feel like a click inside your timeline, like a door in the inner world opening without effort. Sometimes the recognition is immediate, and it isn't always dramatic. It can be quiet, like the soul exhaling. You might look into someone's eyes and feel an ancient familiarity that has nothing to do with personality. It's like remembering a song you haven't heard since childhood. This exchange is not just emotional, but energetic. Ancient mission codes are exchanged through words, gestures, even silent recognition. A conversation about ordinary things can carry extraordinary transmission. A shared laugh can untie knots in your chest. A simple "I understand" can restore years of feeling unseen. You may feel a sudden surge of inspiration, vision, or healing when in their presence. Your creativity may ignite, your intuition may sharpen. You may suddenly remember why you came here. It's as if dormant files in your soul library begin opening, one by one. This is your higher blueprint accelerating through soul alliance. In spiritual language, iron sharpens iron. In cosmic language, crystalline codes amplify crystalline codes. You may notice you begin speaking truths you didn't know you knew. You may find yourself braver, more willing to take the step you kept postponing. This is because your field recognizes support, and support tells the nervous system it is safe to expand. There may also be purification in this phase, because light reveals what is ready to be cleared. If old fears rise, don't panic. It doesn't mean the connection is wrong. It often means the connection is strong enough to bring the subconscious into the light. The blueprint doesn't only activate gifts, it activates healing. And healing is sometimes the sacred discomfort of becoming free. Phase 4. Anchoring unity in the physical. The true purpose of these alliances isn't mere comfort, it's embodiment. Your bond with a new ally becomes a living portal, grounding the love frequency of the Pleiades into Gaia's grids. It's one thing to feel unity in meditation. It's another to live it in traffic, in daily responsibilities, in disagreement handled with respect. Embodiment is where the light becomes useful. Together, you become way showers for others, emitting a coherence that silently transmutes confusion, jealousy, or separation in those around you. People may not know why they feel calmer around you. They may not understand why their own hearts soften in your presence. But energy speaks before words. You are not here to escape, but to demonstrate the unity that is possible in human form. In this phase, your alliance becomes a kind of sacred architecture. The way you listen to each other becomes a sermon without religion. The way you honor boundaries becomes a teaching. The way you collaborate rather than compete becomes a blueprint for New Earth relationships. Gaia is not just a planet. She is a living being with a nervous system of ley lines and grids. When you anchor unity in the physical, through integrity, compassion, coherence, you feed those grids. You become stabilizers. You become bridge builders between worlds. And this isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about returning to love again and again, even when the human parts get triggered. The love frequency of the Pleiades is not naive. It is intelligent. It is love with spine. It is gentleness that does not abandon truth. Phase 5. Expanding through synchronized mission. As your alliance deepens, so does your ability to catalyze collective awakening. There is a multiplication that happens when two aligned fields come together. It's like two candles lighting a room more than twice as bright because the shadows retreat faster. Joint projects, shared visions, or simply holding sacred space together begins to ripple outward, affecting your communities, your environments, and the planetary unity grid itself. Sometimes the mission is visible, a healing practice, a creative offering, a community space, a teaching, a project that serves. Sometimes the mission is quieter, raising children with consciousness, tending land with reverence, being a calm presence in chaotic workplaces, praying together, transmitting peace through simple friendship. Do not underestimate quiet missions. The kingdom of light often grows like yeast in dough, unseen at first, yet transforming everything. Your very presence together accelerates destiny, bringing through higher frequency solutions, portals of remembrance, and the blueprint of new earth. You may find that ideas arrive fully formed. You may experience downloads that feel like remembering rather than inventing. You may feel guided to speak on topics you once avoided. You may find yourself meeting other allies through this one connection, like a sacred network unfolding. And you'll notice the theme: service without self-erasure, love without martyrdom, mission without burnout. This is the Pleiadian way when it is anchored properly. Radiant, sustainable, heart-led. Phase 6. Trusting the divine orchestration. Know this: the delay in finding your key ally was not a mistake, but precise cosmic timing. If you could see the choreography behind the veil, you would weep with relief. Some meetings can only happen when certain lessons are completed, when certain chords are cleared, when you can hold the frequency without collapsing into old patterns. Every lesson mastered, every alone night spent, was calibration, ensuring you are ready to receive, hold, and amplify the magnitude of this connection. The solitude you endured was not abandonment. It was training. It was the cave where your inner light learned to burn without external fuel. It was the desert where you learned to drink from the well inside you. Divine alignment benefits not just your own soul path, but the planetary and galactic mission unfolding now. Timing is a mercy. If certain people had arrived earlier, you might have tried to make them your savior. Or you might have been too guarded to recognize them. Or you might have attached from woundedness instead of choosing from wholeness. So if there is grief about lost years, let it be held by a bigger truth. Nothing real was lost. Everything was gathered. Everything was composted into wisdom. And now, you are ready. You are not meant to walk alone, for your heart is encoded with a resonance only select others can recognize. Their arrival is not a rescue, but an activation. Proof you have entered a phase of destiny acceleration and galactic collaboration. This was written in the starlight before you were born. There are agreements older than your current name, vows made in the language of light, promises that you would find each other again when Earth needed you most. The loneliness was the cocoon. Now the butterfly emerges with another at its side. And notice the metaphor. The cocoon is not a punishment. It's a chamber of transformation. It's where the old form dissolves so the new form can be built. Many don't realize the butterfly's becoming looks like disintegration before it looks like wings. If you felt like parts of you were falling apart, it may have been the soul rearranging itself to be able to fly with the right companions. Here's the truth your crystalline heart always carried. The appearance of a soul ally is the universe confirming your readiness to serve at a higher octave. It's heaven's way of saying, now. Not because you're finally worthy, you always were, but because you're finally available. You are being woven back into the fabric of your celestial family, not to remove you from Earth, but to restore Earth to the frequency of love you remember from the stars. This is the paradox of starseed remembrance. The more you remember the cosmos, the more you become devoted to the Earth. You don't abandon the world, you bless it. Every connection is a contract of remembrance. Every partnership, new or rekindled, is your Pleiadian lineage loving you into your highest timeline. And sometimes, the ally doesn't appear as a romantic partner. Sometimes it's a friend, a mentor, a collaborator, a soul sibling. Sometimes it's a group that feels like a hearthfire after a long winter. Sometimes it's someone you meet briefly who activates you forever. The form can vary, the frequency does not. If you begin to doubt or retreat, remember this. You are never alone on this path. Your allies, seen and unseen, walk with you, amplifying the frequency of unity and mission. There are moments when the human mind will argue with destiny. It will bring up past disappointments. It will say, "Don't hope." It will try to keep you small because small feels safer than possible heartbreak. But your spirit is not here to be safe in a cage. Your spirit is here to be true. You are the living bridge, carrying the codes of the seven sisters. Your bond with another is the sign that your crystalline destiny is already manifesting on Gaia. And bridges are built to be walked on. Your life is meant to be a passageway for others back to their hearts. You don't need to convince anyone with words. Your frequency will do what arguments never can. Tonight, as you rest, place your hand over your heart and whisper, "I accept my crystalline essence. I open to the allies who carry the frequency of home. I activate my heart mission, shining with the grace of our star family. We are one." Let these words land like seeds, not as a demand, but as permission. Feel the warmth of your palm, the rhythm beneath it, the quiet miracle of a heart that has carried you through everything. Imagine your chest as a crystalline chamber, not cold, but luminous, like clear quartz catching sunrise. With each breath, see that light expand, not forcing anything, simply revealing what is already there. If tears come, let them come. If peace comes, let it come. If nothing seems to happen, trust that something is still happening beneath the surface, the way roots grow in darkness before the sprout appears. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.